Good morning. It's Erica here from Me to You Paper Crafts. Today is Monday, April the 8th. As I look at my calendar, today is Eclipse Day. And there are a lot of people set up to watch the eclipse. Now, we're in British Columbia, so I don't think we're going to see much at all. But there'll be lots of news reports, I'm sure, to see the effect of that. When I was a little girl, we went camping I grew up in Montreal, so we went camping in either Vermont or Massachusetts. And I remember there was an eclipse. I can't remember which one it was, but I do remember my mom and dad throwing us in the tent and telling us to hide under our sleeping bags because they didn't want us looking up at the sun at the time. And yeah, so that's one of my memories of an eclipse. Anyway, today I have a really special treat for you. I came across this on the internet and I thought it was so cute. For those of you who are avid readers, or if you have friends or family that love to read, I have an adorable bookmark to share with you today. I guess this lady, it was inspired by somebody made well, originally it was a rocking horse card because we had a stamp set with a rocking horse on it. And it's made out of circles. And so when you fold the card in half, it can rock back and forth on the round part of the circle. And so this lady decided to make a bookmark. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to make it. It is so cute. And you can make it with any number of stamp sets, any little critters that you have. We've had ladybugs, we've had hedgehogs, we've had so many different animal stamps. Today I'm using Bird's Eye View. I just thought it was perfect because there's books on it. So I thought if I'm going to make a bookmark for a book, I might as well do books. And of course, an owl has always been known to be associated with reading. And so I did the owl, and I also did a pair of the glasses. And I'm going to show you how I cut the holes out for the glasses so you could see his eyes through it. Anyway, this is a cute stamp set to use. So there's lots of little owls there that you can choose from, plus this other little bird. Another one that I've just started to create is with this Fluffiest Friends. This is in our online exclusive section of our online catalog. So there's lots of adorable little stamps in there that you could do a bookmark with. Yeah, so you can have lots of fun. Makes a great little stocking stuffer, or if you like to give a gift certificate to a bookstore, you could include it as part of your gift. Just a cute little project. So I have a book here just to show you. So here's one of the bookmarks, the first one I made, sticking out from the top. So it's got these cute little birds, which was part of a designer series paper that you could earn for free during celebration. And then this is what the bookmark looks like. Okay, and so it attaches to the book, to use my hands, with magnets. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now I use some larger magnets, and I'm really not happy with the way they're working out, simply because for whatever reason I can't get them to stay glued down. I'm using glue dots, and for whatever reason that magnet, you see already it's come off, is not staying glued on. So I'm going to have to find another way to glue that on there. See, because there's magnets. There's a magnet top and bottom. Okay, so, but I'm going to use some smaller magnets that I have. I got these magnets off Amazon. These are really tiny, so I'm going to try these instead of the larger magnets. But anyway, that's kind of what it looks like. So you make this circle, and then you fold it in half, and then this piece pops up at the top so that you can see where the bookmark is on your card. Anyway, I'll show you how to make it. It's just too cute. Okay, so I'm going to turn my camera down. Who's here this morning? Sharon. Hi, Sharon. How are you? All right, so let's just change my desktop view here and pull my camera down. And straighten it out a little bit. Okay. All right, so as I said, this is the stamp set that I'm using to create this. Now, I've already done my coloring. I didn't want to spend a lot of time this morning because we're heading out on holidays and I've got lots to do. So I didn't want to spend a lot of time this morning. I apologize for that. So anyway, I've done all my cutting, but I'll show you how to put it all together. Okay. So I've colored the books and I use my watercolor pencils and my blending pen. I love the blend pens. They come 3 to a package and they're double-ended. So you get 3 in a package, which means that you can do 6 colors at once. Okay. And then these are my watercolor pencils. You love the bookmark, Sharon? Good. You'll like it even more when you make one, and it's so easy to make. Okay, so basically I'm using, because we currently have circle dies that are the deckled circles, these are the dies that I'm using. And I should pull out the whole package just to show you which ones I'm using. Now, you don't have to have this bookmark as large as mine. You can make a much smaller one. But here are the dies. So you've got tons of different dies in here to use. I'll just pull them out. So if I count, I'll count in from the outside. I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th one from the outside. Okay, it's the 5th one from the outside. And I am using the next size in. Okay, so the 5th and the 6th one. Now, if you wanted a larger border, see, that creates this border here. If you wanted a larger border, then you could go down a circle. You can do, whatever sizes that you want. And then I'm using, you need something to put your main image on. So I did this out of basic white. And so I'm using this circle. And so from the inside, this is 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th circle from the inside. Okay. There's no reason why you can't do a bookmark using, this size circle. It all depends. It's up to you what you want to do. Okay, so those are the 3 circles that I used for this project. Okay, so I cut the largest circle in Daffodil Delight. So this is the cardstock layer. And then I cut a piece of designer series paper out of the second largest one. And I'm going to glue these 2 together. Now, when you're using a stamp set that really doesn't have any coordinating designer series paper, not to worry. I just use we have 6x6 paper packs in all of our family of colors. So these are the brights. So I just decided to pick out the Daffodil Delight color to coordinate with the Daffodil Delight. So if you've got these packages, these are just perfect for, so for example, even this other stamp set with the critters on it, the fluffiest friends, there's no coordinating DSP. So you can always pull out these. These are just generic patterns and they work really, really well. Okay. So the first thing you do is you're going to glue these 2 together. So I'm going to grab my Tombow glue. Now, if you don't have the Deckled Circles dies, we did have, they're retired now, but you probably still have them. I mean, I'm never getting rid of mine, but we've had circles in the past. And so we even have circles that are, it was a straight edge circle and then a deckled circle. So you could pick 2 of those sizes and do it out of that. Or if you don't have any dies, then you could get out the good old circumference and create your own circles. Now I chose to use the side of the paper with these little hearts in just to show that I love reading. Okay, so you're just going to glue that on there. I'm just going to move these circles out of the way. Okay. So basically, since I've already done my cutting, I'm going to mount these images on top of this little circle. So I'm going to put my books on. And then I'm going to probably do some dimensionals on the owl. So let's do that. I should do this on my silicone mat because I think I put glue close to the edges and then it will glue to my sheet here. Okay, and then let's get some dimensionals out. See, these are the much larger magnets that I bought. And I use these a lot on bags or boxes, but I also have the smaller size. So let's grab a dimensional for the owl. And we'll stick him. I think we can afford to put one a little bit higher up here. Well, I don't know if I should have done that. Let's just see. No, I gotta take this one off. Otherwise, it'll stick to everything else. Let's grab my spatula end. And I'm just gonna pull this off. I could have maybe used sorry, I think I'm wiggling the camera a lot. Okay, so we're just going to put this little guy on here. Okay, now look at these glasses. Aren't they cute? Now, I stamped the glasses, and then to cut out the eye circle, I happen to have this 1/8 of an inch punch. And what I did, I'm not just going to show you how I did this, although it's really silly because a lot of people just stamp the glasses and then just put in the eyes. They leave them white and then just use a black marker and put the eyes in. So I'll just do 2 of them. And these are fun because you can do any color. Okay. So some people will then fussy cut this out, of course, and then they will just take a black marker and then, you know, just put the eyes in there. Okay, so cut that out and then put it right on top of the owl's face. But I kind of wanted to see, you know, through the glasses. So I stamped it, fussy cut it. No, I stamped it first. And then I used this little punch. So I'll show you. Now the punch isn't quite the, oh boy, let me close this ink pad before I get ink places I don't want. It's not quite the right size, so you could just, you know, just go in as much as you can in the circle like that. And if you wanted to, you could just color in more of the red just to cover that. Or the other thing I did is I just kept moving my circle, kind of trying to catch as much of the white on the inside of the glasses as I could. Okay, and then I made a bigger hole and then I fussy cut it out. So those are your options for those little glasses. So I'm just going to grab a bit of glue. Just put a tiny bit of glue on there. I'm going to grab my tweezers. And then let's just stick. We'll stick those glasses on there. I think he looks cute with glasses on. Okay. All right, so we've made our little element. on there. Okay. All right, now let's do the circle. Now, what's really, really handy is that is your grid sheet. So if you have these Stampin' Up! Grid sheets, they're great. If you have what's called a centering ruler, that would be great as well. So centering ruler is a ruler that has a center mark on it, so you can line things up. But I'm going to show you what I mean by this. So I have to score this in the center. Now, I don't want to fold this by hand because it won't be a clean, crisp crease. And what if I don't fold it exactly in half? It'll just make a big mess. So what I do is I take, there's on our grid sheet, oh, you can't see this. Hang on, let me just come down closer so you can see. You see on the grid sheet, there's a 0 at the top here. And then it goes 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches along the top. So what you want to do is you want to line up your circle. And what you're watching for is the right and the left side. And you're watching to line it up. So really, it's going to be lined up just past the 2-inch mark on each side. And you are looking for this space here to the next line, which is at 2 1/4. And you're just going to, move it over a little bit so that these sides are the same. Okay. Like that. And then once you've got it centered, then I'm going to grab a pencil and I'm just going to put a mark on the top like that. And then I'll be able to erase that. Okay. Now, because we like to fold our paper and cardstock to the mountain fold, when I score this, I'm creating a dent, right? I'm creating a dent on here, what we call a valley, and then I'll be able to fold it like that. And so I do have to make my tick mark on the top. Okay, so I'm going to grab my board or my trimmer, and I'm going to line that up right at the top. Okay. And I'm going to score it. Make sure you got your scoring blade there and not your cutting blade. That would be a disaster. And I'm pressing fairly hard because I'm going through 2 layers. I'm just going to lift this up again. Got a terrible shadow there. Okay, and then I'm going to erase my little pencil mark. I pressed a bit hard on my pencil, and then I'm going to fold this now. Okay, and then I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm going to give it a good crease. All right, so there you have your center. And this is what I meant earlier when I talked about a rocker card. So if you search on YouTube, you'll see how to make cards like this that are rocking. And I think they use the largest circle in the Deckled circle set. They use the largest one to make a card, but that's so cute to make a card like that. That I haven't done, and I might do that now that I've made this little bookmark idea. Okay, and so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the magnets. Okay, so I'm going to take, I just need 2 little magnets here. Now, when you're using magnets, keep every other metal object away from it. So move your scissors aside, move your punches aside, anything that is metal. Otherwise, these things will go flying to stick to things. Okay. So even if I get close to this box, you see what happens? It just snaps to the closest magnetic surface. So you want to keep everything else out of the way. They're a little challenging to play with because they jump around. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a glue dot. So what you're doing is you're finding a center point here, and you're going to put on a glue dot. So I've got some glue dots right here. So I'm using glue dots that are left over from my paper pumpkin kits, because sometimes you get small ones and sometimes you get larger ones. Okay, so I'm going to put, well, actually, I'm going to put my glue dot on the center. And don't worry if you're not exactly on the center, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to just stick that down and then lift off the backing. And then I'm going to take my putty end of my take your pick tool, and I'm going to stick that over that glue dot. Okay, and then you want to press it down really hard. So I usually use my boneful, and I'm pressing with all my might. Okay, then you take the second magnet and just let it find its way on top. Make sure you do that. Let it find its way on top of the first magnet. Because if you put the glue dot on the wrong side, it may not. It'll be the opposing polar end of the magnet. So just let it flop on there on its own. And then you want to put on your second glue dot. Okay. Now I kind of like to poke that glue dot right into it. And then I'm going to take off the backing. Okay, and now I'm going to press down on top like that. And then I'm going to open it. And then again, I'm going to use my phone folder and press that down. So hopefully these smaller magnets will work, because more of the surface of the magnet has the glue dot on it. Okay. So there you go. There's your gluing, your magnet part. Okay, and I think these are going to be, they're easier to open, the smaller ones, than the large ones. It's a real struggle to open this big one. So I might just take these off and replace them. These just aren't working very well. I'll just put smaller ones on there. Okay. All right, and the last thing we have to do is we're just going to glue this on. You can decide, you know, I'm going to put him quite far down. So I'm going to glue him sort of 3/4 of the way up on there. We'll just center that. And hold it down. And there's your bookmark. Look how cute that is. Okay, so let's pull in my book. So you can either put the bookmarks, you find the page that you're reading, and then you just put it on there. Isn't that cute? I just love that. That is so cute. And then you can open it up. And the other thing you can do is you can do it on the side. Some people like their bookmarks on their side, maybe. So you can also do it on the side if you want. Isn't that the cutest thing? I love it. So I'm going to make a whole bunch more, because, you know, sometimes I read more than one book at the same time. Okay. So there you go. There's your two bookmark ideas. So go make some and go post some photos in this in the comment on my Facebook page. That would be so cute to see what you make. Thanks, Carol. Hi, Charlene. Thank you. Oh, yes, you're getting ready for the eclipse, Carol. Well, really, really enjoy it. Make sure your eyes are well protected. I'm sure you know that. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. So I will not be back until a week. No, I won't be back for 2 weeks. I'll be back for Mojo Monday. I can give you the date. Hang on. Let me just look at my calendar here. I will be back on the 22nd for Mojo Monday. So I hope to see you then. Have a wonderful week and go make some bookmarks. Bye for now.